It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
I do think that works. Andrea Catania, Sean Halligan.
For sure. That definitely worked. And we are exploring the superpower of Integris Influence today with James Amo Amorosi, Andrea Catania's Heart of Influence. Bella, I am sure we got some G Hicks in this space today. Growth-driven, heart-centered Integris people committed to mastery or not. We're going to find out over the next hour because Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. We kick this show off with some intros, Belvrita. Who's here?
Sean, we definitely have some G Hicks here today. And first, coming from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, an unstoppable force behind multiple ventures, from leading a capital firm in the world of finance to helping the world sleep better. Razor sharp focus, ageless energy, and commitment to peak fitness shows what's possible when passion meets discipline. With heart-centered leadership, tenacity, and infectious optimism, building companies and inspiring people to live and lead at the highest level. Let's welcome to the show, Larry Biggs.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Larry. Larry, warm welcome to Heart of Influence on this Trajectory Tuesday. And Larry, as we said, we play a game with each other and learn a lot about each other. We kick this game off with a fun fact. It could be something interesting, that's adventurous, a proud moment of yours. Could be something simply shocking, silly, or funny, whatever. Larry, that's a headline, not a story, because everyone, Bella has her gong show, Chuck Barris gong. If we go over a headline, it's like mandatory, so keep the show moving. But it's a headline fun fact. So Larry, please, what is your headline fun fact that would make us shout, Larry, no way? So please, Larry, your headline fun fact.
Well, I've always been a wrestler and athlete, and as I got older, I was looking for something to stay in shape, so I entered in the National Veterans Tournament. So at 50 years old, I was able to take first place and take first in the country in that wrestling tournament. So that was something that I have to say I've got some pride in.
That's awesome, brother. As you should. Rocking and rolling, not only in wrestling, with the military, got it going. Larry, that is a brilliant active leadership and influence with a headline fun fact that would make us, Bella, say, Larry, no way. Who's next?
Coming from Chicago, Illinois, visionary investor and entrepreneur driving transformative innovation in mental health, leading multiple groundbreaking ventures, guided by profound empathy and personal mission, heart-centered leadership, empowering, healing, unlocking human potential on a global scale. From a remarkably young age, fueling over 50 pioneering companies and reshaping the entire industry. Let's welcome to the show Cody Chandra.
Cody.
Great intro.
Yeah. Warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, Cody. Happy Trajectory Tuesday. And what is your headline fun fact, please, Cody?
I am actively unplugging myself from as much internet, social media, and phones as I possibly can. This is the first business trip in probably 16 or 17 years that I have not brought a laptop with me.
God bless you. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Amazing. Awesome headline fun fact. And where are you? You're on a trip to where?
I am in Chicago today.
The Windy City, Michael Jordan. Bella has something in common, Cody, with Michael Jordan, but more in that little bit. Bella of Rita, let's go.
Let's go. Next, we're going all the way to Costa Rica. After 40 years on Wall Street, now CEO of a public company pioneering AI-driven cancer diagnostic and therapeutics, directly sourced over $300 billion in investment for small-cap biotech and healthcare companies, and an unmatched ability to spot and nurture breakthrough opportunities, bringing levity to the boardroom with perfectly timed humor, because even a billion-dollar decision, laughter delivers the best ROI. Let's welcome to the show, David Weinstein.
David, warm welcome. Bella, quick camera check. Bella, camera working okay?
Your camera is working fantastically. I would just angle it down just a hair.
Thank you.
There you
Dave,
go.
Yeah, warm welcome, and please, your headline fun fact for the Heart of Influence.
My headline fun fact is that in seeking color, not just in cuisine, but in life, I have danced in the Carnaval in Colombia and Brazil as a participant. And those are the two largest carnivals in the world. And I believe I was the only gringo to dance in northern Brazil in the biggest carnival there.
Here's to gringos dancing a Carnival, Bella of Rita. David, no way. Bella of Rita, we got this. Let's go.
We got this. Coming from the Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, globally recognized leadership coach and black belt leader, blending ancient martial wisdom and modern executive mastery, Maxwell Leadership Partner, Real Lenders Top Coach of the Year, and Brains Magazine Global Influencer 2025, ordained minister and spiritual guide with a mission to equip the next generation of impact-driven leaders. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. John Terry III.
How shall we refer to you, Dr. John, Dr. Terry? How shall we refer to you today?
You can refer to me as John. That's my name, and I'm sticking to it, sir.
Okay, I didn't hear Bell got cut out for me. Was it?
John. He's sticking with John.
John. Oh.
That's his name, and he's sticking to it.
Yeah, and that would be Sean is John in Irish, so we are the same name.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Yeah.
Warm welcome, brother. And your headline fun fact, please.
You know, my headline fun fact: I grew up loving Bruce Lee. Never had an opportunity to train with him, but shortly before his death, had an opportunity to train with Bruce Lee's best friend and the best man at his wedding, Sigong Taki Kimura, and had an opportunity to add that to my lineage in the martial arts.
Yeah, that's awesome, John. Congratulations on your commitment and achievements in mastery. Warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, Bella of Rita. Let's go.
Let's go. Warm welcome. Next up, from Bedminster, New Jersey, managing director at a private bank specializing in working with business owners in all areas of business life cycle, providing loans for business growth, advising on succession planning and estate financial planning, 18 plus years and multiple security license to support clients' wealth strategies, while also actively engaged in local organizations, building trust, leadership, and supporting regional growth. Let's welcome to the show, Peter Serino.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peter, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, and please, your headline fun fact.
I am a national certified emergency technician, EMT, where I serve on the local fire department aside from my job. So a lot of training, but keeps me, I get to play doctor. It's fun.
Well, thank you for being a first responder, keeping people safe, healthy, and rescuing the folks, and for being here today. Bella Verita, we got some G Hicks in the house. I could feel it. Come on, Bella.
We got some G Hicks in the house, and we got another human that can like chop some things and do some hayaing. Coming from New York, New York, a seasoned entrepreneur with 35 years, including founding a private equity firm, driving growth for founders, valuing personal connections, and recognizing the unique contributions of each individual. Known for his relentless drive, transforming industries and empowering countless businesses to achieve extraordinary success. And he could do some hayaing. Let's welcome to the show, James Amorosi.
Thanks, Bella. Beautiful. Thank you for that intro.
Do you like my technical hayaing?
I saw it. You're living it. You're living it.
I'm
You know what
living
I
it.
mean? You're living it. I love it.
James Amorosi, warm welcome to your Heart of Influence, brother. Thanks for all that your cause in the matter of never easy to bring folks together. You, Andrea Magic, Amo, please, sir, what's on your heart and your fun fact?
So it's interesting. I was reluctant to say this because it sounds a little braggadocious, but I was kind of, I ran into a gentleman yesterday, David Bergowitz. When I started my private equity fund, I came out of the hedge funds in 01. I bought the majority share of this company called High Point Technology. It was a technology company, very smart programmers. Long story short, we winded up selling it to Bloomingdale's. The technology made it specifically for Bloomingdale's. And I ran into this guy yesterday. We were reminiscing. I haven't seen him in 20 years. And we 10X'd that in 8 months. And I forgot about I didn't forget the deal, but I forgot we 10X'd it. And I laughed to myself. I said, man, I got lucky on my first deal. So that's my fun fact.
Brother, the only issue I have, first of all, it ain't bragging. Number one, if it's true. And number two, if you're sharing it from your heart in service of people so they know who you are, Amo, and you certainly did, so it's not bragging. But the only thing I quibble with, my brother, is I don't think luck had a whole bunch to do with it. I think you did, maybe some blessings. And congratulations, Amo, and that is who you are, sir. And shall we proceed?
Arigato.
Let's go, brother.
Arigato.
Bella Verita, I know Andrea put the fine folks together today. Are we ready for me to introduce the introducer?
Yes, but definitely want to thank our executive producer, Andrea Catania, the deal attorney, having led 200 capital market transactions in the past 25 years, taking companies public in the 7 different ways to do so. Andrea, thank you for making all of this possible and bringing these extraordinary people together today.
Amen. Loving Andrea. Last saw her in the Cayman Islands recently, and it wasn't because she was working for the firm of Tom Cruise in the firm laundering. It was a much different outcome. More on that later. But I'm going to introduce the woman doing the introducing. This energetic, growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous human committed to mastery began her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. Footnote, I'm blind and I'm not reading a teleprompter. At the age of 19, she put 3 words together that don't go together. 7-figure business, $1 million plus, teenager, and network marketing. Come on now. And yeah, I told you she's like Jordan because she 3-peats, except not in hoops, but instead in business brokerage. The first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, let alone 3 straight years, and the youngest person at 24, 25, and 26 ever to do it, male or female. Take that, dudes, in a male-dominated industry. Then this woman said, I got it going on, so she began to train Fortune 500 companies, the big guys, as well as entrepreneurs. And in fact, in 2019, every sales team Bella Verita worked with doubled their sales. She's a skier, surfer, scuba diver, especially recently, an adventurer. Maybe she learned it from a blind man, maybe from YouTube. This day, it's ticking like 1 degree towards YouTube. And she's also somebody that's raised 8 figures with the Unblinded team, $10 million plus for charity in the past 2+ years. She's also a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to James Amorosi's Heart of Influence, the woman in her 1700th, like 1700 plus episode of the Heart of Influence. Yes, 8,000 people have been on the show like you guys. The one, the only Heart of Influence, Bella Verita. Bella, that is all the energy I have left. I'm going to sleep. Over to you.
I'm going to go with the fun fact, Sean, that I want you to know, because Sean was giving me a bit of a hard time and refused to say earlier how right I was about everything in life and how he could just concede to my rightness. But I want you to know that God thinks I'm an angel and that I'm right, because today on the Heart of Influence, with how the screen is behind me and the unblinded circle, it looks like I have a halo on. And so I think that is a direct message to you, Sean, from God, for you to realize what an angel that I actually am all of the time. So there you go. There's my fun fact for today.
Amen and fully aligned. Yes. Amen. Ammo, I learned. Bella Vrita, let's go.
Absolutely.
Let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of two attorneys, so in 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages of Fortune 10 companies, the Fortune 500 companies, he is an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for refugees in Ukraine. Let's welcome to the show, the one, the only, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Bella, thank you. James, Emma Amorosi, Emma, thank you, Andrew Catania, and all. Warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. So I'm going to go with this as my fun fact. I got a couple. First, Bella's always right. That is my first headline fun fact, and she's absolutely correct. She is the most amazing woman on the planet, period. And I mean it. I could not imagine her possibly being more perfect. And here's the crazy part. I'm not kidding. I am totally serious. Bella, I love you, and thank you for everything. Second, this is, I guess, the fun fact, is Saturday and Sunday, Bella and I were scuba diving off walls in the Caymans, snorkeling with turtles on Sunday right before our flight home. Then Monday and Tuesday, I was surfing in the great state of New Jersey. So went from the warm, clear waters of the Caribbean to spectacular surfing waves in New Jersey on Long Beach Island. Bella Vrita, those are my fun facts.
Those are super fun facts. And how lucky are you?
I am, because I love you and you're amazing. Let's go.
Let's go. So Sean, I think we should kick this off with Mr. Larry Biggs, but what are we doing here?
Yes, what we're doing here is we're exploring how people tap into the only attainable human superpower, the ability to cause yes with people, because it is causing yes with people that causes everything. And over time, it compounds and it compounds and builds. And the only greater force in the universe than compound interest is compound influence. So Bella Vrita, we're looking at how do you cause yes? What does that look like? But not like, Jordan Belfort meets Grant Cardone or Wolf of Wall Street, but what does it look like when growth-minded, heart-centered, integrous people committed to mastery are causing yes? Because sophisticated people, they see right through pitching, hooking, closing. Yuck. So what does it look like to open the mind and heart when yes, integrously should actually happen? So Bella, that's what we're doing. And Larry, to illustrate this, thanks for jumping into the participant seat, Bella will be anybody you'd like her to be. To be clear, this is not a pitch. It doesn't have to be a sale or something. It could be any yes. It could be like, hey, Bella, I've got this amazing island that you and Sean should explore. I want you to think about it. Like, we have a longer conversation about it. So it could be about anything. It could be a sale. It could be charitable fundraising. It could be speaking to somebody famous, maybe being on their show or having them on your podcast, like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. Any yes that you'd be seeking. And it doesn't even have to be a final yes, Larry and everyone. It could simply be a yes for a longer conversation. So Bella, to answer your question specifically, we're dealing with what my Columbia University didn't deal with, my law school didn't deal with, nobody deals with. And it's the most important thing. How do you cause yes? So Larry, please, who would you like Bella Vrita to be?
Bella, if you're up for it, I'd like you to be a fund, and I'd like to attempt to try to get you to appreciate our highlights and grant me a further meeting considering an investment in my company.
Cool. Bella, you got
Did
some
you say a
major
fun
cash.
or a funds? Because I thought I heard
F-U-N-D.
fun, but then when you explained, I think it's less fun and more fun. Is that correct?
Sure, fund with a D or institution, however you like to play it.
All right, perfect. Hello, this is Bella.
I am going to try to introduce within 3 minutes the highlights of who we are. We have a flagship product called the Zipa anti-snoring mouthpiece. We have 2 FDA clearances on it, one to treat snoring and one to treat sleep apnea. And snoring is not just annoying, it actually leads to serious health issues, including sleep apnea. We sell this product.
Including disruptive partner sleep who might try to smother you with a pillow in the middle of the night.
Yes.
That too? Okay.
It's how we actually focus on the partner when we sell these. So we sell direct to consumer through e-commerce, terrestrial and satellite radio, television, and the market's vast. There's 600 million people in the Western developed countries that snore. In America, there's 100 million. So if you look at a 2% penetration of that, we're generating 160 million in revenue. So what I love about our direct to consumer though is we have low infrastructure costs. That's 2 benefits. 1, it's very profitable. 2, it allows us to grow very quickly because we don't get limited by growing that infrastructure. So we've got some unique advantages in this space. We're a patented product. We're the only product that's got a clinical study showing a 91% efficacy, and it's been published in peer-reviewed magazines. We're the only product that actually has 2 methods of treatment. We pull your lower jaw forward to open your airway, but we also have that patented tongue strap, which keeps your tongue out of the way.
Wait, you mean to tell me I can get a device that traps my significant other's tongue? How many of these can I get and how fast can I get them?
Just give me your address, we'll get them to you.
Larry, please be removed from the show right now. No, outstanding job. Awesome.
And Larry, I interrupted, but did you have anything else that you wanted to share?
I did. We just want to say in closing that we've got strong management. We have a CEO from GNC. We have a corporate development, head of corporate development, Johnson & Johnson. So we've got strong, management. We have everything. We're revenue generating. We have FDA clearances. We have patents, clinical studies showing 91% efficacy. We've done $55 million in revenue to date. So we know the market likes us. So that's pretty much who we are. And we'd love to have a meeting with you to discuss it further.
Wow.
If you can trap tongues and stop people from snoring, I can see why you've done 55 million today. Those are devices that I would say wives definitely want with their husbands. But back to you, Sean.
Yes, lovely. Larry, you did great. Just Bella, Larry, please do not take any calls from Bella. Thank you very much. Yes. So Bella Verita, where are we going from here?
From here, we are going to David Weinstein.
David, please, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
A purpose-driven, high net worth investor.
All right, Bella, let's go.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hello, Bella. My name is David Weinstein. I'm the CEO of BioOasis. Our goal, we are located in southern Costa Rica in the heart of the rainforest, overlooking the whale's tail, where the whales come with their babies after they mate. There's more biological diversity in my region of southern Costa Rica than the entire world, about 6.5% of the world's biodiversity, as well as the highest animal density. So what we do is, our goal is to rescue, rehabilitate, and release humans, animals, and the rainforest, and for those who can't leave, offer sanctuary. How do we do that? We have an animal sanctuary on premise where we actually operate on rainforest animals and release them. We're bringing precision medicine into the rainforest where we can basically take someone in a 2 or 3 week stay, and whether they're an athlete or someone looking to get younger, we do precision medicine with stem cells and all of the other testing that's necessary. I've created a DNA diet so that when people, if they want to get tested, on the menu is going to be color coded. So in 2 weeks, people are kind of lazy. They don't really know how to eat for their biology. If I say, Bella, you're going to eat red. You eat red for 2 weeks and you go home, you're going to kind of know what to eat and what not to eat. We've got about 25 organic farms in the area. So we're going to take all the waste products from the resort and basically use them to regrow organic produce. And in terms of athletes, we're going to have state-of-the-art AI-driven athletic programming, whether it's for getting younger or basically increasing performance. So The ask here is I'm looking to raise the capital to take this to the next level. Although there are a lot of places in the world that are 5-star and offer some of these things, I haven't seen anybody combine nature, spirituality, and performance in one place, which is why I did this, because I'm a lifelong biohacker as well as a CEO of a AI-driven cancer company.
That's beautiful, David. You sound like you have an incredible mission. Sounds like you guys are definitely on the right track, and it is something that aligns with my mission and vision. So would love to, sit down and have a little bit longer of a conversation and see where we could possibly go from here.
That would be awesome. I'm very grateful. It's all about gratitude, and that's what I've got.
Beautiful.
Larry and David, outstanding work. David, great job. Larry, David, I think that's a name. Bella Vrita, where are we going from here with the feedbackers?
Yes, feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Larry or David, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve. And then what is your next step? What's something you would like to do with them next? Is it maybe a cup of coffee? Is it maybe possibly a meal? Or if that's not enough time, maybe it is a private jet ride to fly anywhere in the world to have the longest conversation possible. So Cody, let's kick it off with you. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Larry?
So Larry, a great story. Number one, obviously talking about cash flow before we started, it's great to hear that the business is actually generating cash. You touched on something that's really important. And I think, one of the best ways to indicate the current or future success a company has is on the team. What was, I guess, the focus when you were building that initial team out, and then the qualities you look for when you're hiring people. So I'm glad that you touched on kind of who makes up the heart and soul of what has made your company successful. So that would be one of the biggest things I think I would like to dig in with you further down in Fort Lauderdale, is a little bit more about kind of how you establish that, and what everybody does, and kind of what the mission looks forward on the next 12 and 24 months for everybody there.
Cool. And Tony, if you had one word, just like one word, to share how you felt about the presentation, what would that one word be?
Successful.
Cool. Excellent. That's Tony Bellavrita. Where are we going?
From Cody, we are going to Peter. Peter, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for David, please?
He's passionate about the cause, so that caught my attention, and it's different than what's typically out there for the cause. So that got me hooked into what he was about.
Awesome. And your one word, Peter, how did you feel about what David shared?
Passionate.
Cool. Passionate, successful for Larry. Bella, it's a good day. Come on now.
It is a good day. Let's go. Andrea Catania, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Larry, please?
I was moved by Larry's commitment to something that is going to address a problem that is bothering so many spouses around the world. And I think he kept your attention, varied his energy. Maybe he could have asked a question or two, but overall, if I had not known nothing about this, I was intrigued and curious to learn more. So I thought he did a great job.
And the one word would be, Andrea, how you felt?
Fascinating.
All right. Bella, fascinating. Over to you. I am often fascinating to Bella. Yes.
That is true. Very fascinating. And it looks like we got Dr. John back, but I'm not sure what he was here for or not. So welcome back, Dr. John. Did you hear either one of the participants? You're on
mute, John.
He's on
John,
mute.
you're on mute.
All right, I'm going to go to you, Ammo, and we'll see if we get Dr. John back. So Ammo, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for David, please?
I'm gonna do both real quick. How's that?
Right.
So
Your show, you can make the rules.
I'll do 20 seconds apiece, all right? So David, I thought you were articulate and concise. I thought that you did a great job on the stats. I use certain criteria. I like the fact that you talked about the waste to go to like compost and utilize that. You mentioned the state-of-the-art tech. You talked about some, being a biohacker and how that relates to your passion for what you're doing. And I like that you went for the ask. Okay. I like the fact that you went for the ask. Okay. So I thought you were very articulate. Okay. Larry, I thought you did a great job. I think you got cut short a little bit, Larry. I didn't think you got your full pitch in there, but I thought you were, like Cody said, I did like the cash flow approach to incentivize the desire to listen better. You hit the stats. I like the fact that you talk about direct B2C. It would facilitate growth. You talked about the patents. I like that. That you hit the stat with the 91% efficacy. And I like the fact that the strong management. So I thought you did a outstanding job as
Beautiful.
well.
Appreciate
Thank you, Ammo. And I think it's that time, Ammo. Please take it easy on me, brother.
Wait,
It's
do
been
we
rough
have
for
Dr.
you.
John back?
I am back. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. I didn't get a chance to hear the second speaker because I hit a dead spot on the road while I'm traveling across Pennsylvania. But I will say for the first speaker, if I could give one word, it was believable. What he shared was something that I believe that he truly believes in, and he has an opportunity to deliver that in such a way it's going to be very convincing and very persuasive to any audience that he takes it to.
Beautiful. Thank you, John. Awesome. Bella Verita, it's time that you get to square up. Over to you.
That it is the time that I get to square up. And everybody, this is the time in the show that I get the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because I've been cooking them up as the show's been going on. Ultimately, Ammo, you get to choose what scenario that we go from hello to yes on that Sean is in the hot seat for. So the three scenarios that I have for you today is option number one is Sean would role play himself going from hello to yes with Larry to approve me doing all of his commercials for his snoring device, and I get to talk about Sean in those commercials. So that would be option number one. Option number two, Ammo, is Sean would role play the role of David going from hello to yes with Tom Brady to invest in his endeavors there in Costa Rica. So that would be option number two. And then option number three is Sean could role play Scott Adkins, who is a famous martial arts stunt man, and going from hello to yes with Todd Phillips, who is the producer of the Hangover movie. There's going to be a new Hangover movie coming out, and there needs to be some martial arts, but he's going to go from hello to yes to have Todd Phillips invent or bring a Bruce Lee AI bot to coach him on his martial arts for the next Hangover movie. So those are the three options I got for you. Bruce Lee as an AI bot, Bella as a commercial, or Tom Brady investment.
Well, you gotta, think that I'm pulled to the Bruce Lee thing initially, right? But having joy at Sean's expense is so enticing to me. Okay, Sean, I love your brother in so many ways. You are one of the most dynamic people I've ever met, and I truly say that in such integrity. But the thought of you and Bella going at it, and Bella just, I can't help it, brother. You'll get revenge with me and Erica, I'm sure, but I got to roll with that. So, numero uno.
All right.
Numero
uno. And so Ammo, should he play this role with Larry, or should somebody else play Larry?
You know what? Let him play with Larry because Larry got cut a little short. I think Larry, I want to give Larry a chance to excel here on the platform.
All right.
Let him play with Larry.
So, Larry, you get to play yourself. Sean is going to play himself, and he's going to go from hello to yes with you to convince you to let Bella Verita do all of your commercials, making fun of him and his snoring.
Okay.
He's so excited, Sean.
Okay. Hi, is Larry available?
I'm here.
Hey, Larry, Sean Callaghy here. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Still a good time for you?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. And if I could ask you guys, I know how super busy you are, but what prompted you to say yes in the first place? I know Bella could be a little eccentric. I know we got this meeting set. Very grateful for it. But why did you even say yes to this 3-minute conversation?
Well, we like disruptive kind of advertising, and I thought she fit into that mold.
Yes, absolutely. And my understanding is that you believe you have the solution for the recreation of people's sleeping patterns, everything that can create not only harmony in the household and in relationships, but also could extend and save lives and be a genuine health benefit. And is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. We need somebody who can convey that how much snoring needs correction and how that can be conveyed.
Got it. And what's the ultimate why? Just really quickly, I know we're short on time, Larry, but if it all goes your way, is this, about an exit? Is there a larger mission underneath it? I'm sure it's about an exit, but is there like real mission underneath it for you beyond the value, the buildup in the exit? Like what's there for you, the why behind it, please?
The biggest mission for me is half of my customers are actually sleep apnea patients. So we want to end up, our exit is probably an acquisition from a sleep apnea company where we can bring health to our customers because they're not patients of ours, but they become patients of the sleep apnea company. So we want to hand off and really educate the snoring world that sleep apnea is your next step. And I think that's the best exit for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Larry. From that place of mission, impact, exit, can I share a couple things in our final minute or
Sure.
so that may or may not resonate with you?
Sure, of course.
All right. So here's all I'm simply proposing. We've created this AI, actualized intelligence, which is artificial intelligence plus the unblinded formula, plus our skill sets and abilities with the unblinded formula. And our actualized intelligence that we've run to be objective has rated Bella and me and what we do in the Heart of Influence and other places ahead of Lucy and Ricky in spontaneous, comedic, disruptive dynamics. It's also rated Bella as the most powerful female co-host ever, ahead of Robin Quivers, ahead of Kelly Ripa. And this is AI. I have all the documents, all the information. I'm not expecting you to necessarily believe me. You had a little taste of of Bella, but her ability to enter a space and to transfer energy and do it with that Lucille Ball level of being like self-aware, but having it not at all seem like she's self-aware, to be in role, to be in character, because it's really foundation and part of who she is. So all I'm simply proposing to you, Larry, is this. Can we have a 30-minute follow-up conversation, if there's any resonance to what we're saying, go through what AI said, show you 6, 7, 8 different ideas Bella has, because the other very uncomfortable part, which I'm willing to throw in, is I snore. And I snore loud, hard, and a lot. And Bella is hysterical, and her best thing she does in the world is make fun of me. And so all of this wrapped in, you could have the people, just like with Lucy and Ricky, seeing all the relational dynamics coming forward in Bella and my relationship around snoring, her comedy dynamic, and even her actualized intelligence, which quite frankly is a better script writer than anything you've ever seen. So I'm simply proposing a 30-minute follow-up conversation to see how we can bring messaging and impact forward to take your critically important work to the world, not only for couples, but also for people in their health. So Larry, how would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute conversation in follow-up with Bella and I?
Well, my answer is going to be if you can accomplish something very interesting, because you're from Jersey, LBI and all of that. Our number one commercial is a Jersey guy yelling at the wife saying, "Tell your husband to stop abusing you and to stop snoring." A Jersey guy was our number one guy. So if you can tell me that Bella can reproduce that on the female side and this is going after her spouse, then yes, I'd have that 30-minute meeting, because that was our best, most effective advertising we've ever done.
We'll run it through AI. We'll run through focus groups. And if I'm not right, I'll donate $100,000 to your favorite charity.
Amen. We're on. That's a yes.
Get it. Thank you, Larry. And I'll set that up with your assistant, Joe, to set up our meeting for today. Would that work for you?
That works.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Out of roll. Bella Vrita, there you go. Larry, how did I do having a conversation? Well, first of all, you did an outstanding job today. I mean it sincerely. Very impressive what you built, what you created, where you're going. And it was also super fun of you being you in that conversation. Thank you for that, Larry. How'd I do having the conversation with you about the commercial, and how was your overall experience on Ammo's Heart of Influence, Larry?
Well, whether you knew it or not, you were presenting somebody who is disruptive just by watching her and meeting her. She's a disruptive type of personality, and that's what we look for. So whether you had an advantage because of that, or whether you did a great presentation, I think is up for question. But I don't know which is the better. But that's really what convinced me. What convinced me is, hey, you know what? We're always looking for something that's a little bit different, like the Affleck goose or something. We're always looking for something unique, and that's how I got sold on it.
Yeah.
Let's not turn me into a goose, though.
Bella's like a cross between the Affleck goose, the gecko Geico, and Barbie. Yes, all. So thank you for that. And Larry, how was your experience overall today on the Heart of Influence?
I thought it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for being here today. Let's go, Peter. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being that feedbacker seat. Any thoughts on how I did, and how was your experience overall, Peter? And fine job in giving feedback today. Thank you. Over to you.
I thought it was very excited to be here. A lot of energy. I get it. Just being in sales forever, I just tend to lead with a lot more questions up front and let them tell me what I need, and then you don't really have anything to sell them. You just, solve their problem for them. So that's how I approach sales, just with a whole lot more questions up front.
Cool. Excellent. Well, thank you for that. And let's go John. Thanks for being here today on the Heart of Influence. And how was your time today, John, on the Heart of Influence?
You're on mute, John.
Sorry about that. Absolutely enjoyed the opportunity to be on the call today. Having a chance, Sean, just to watch you do your magic. I've had a chance to watch your show a few times, and enjoying you do what you do is always a pleasure just to watch. And to be in the room with you was just a great experience. So thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, John, thank you so much, and beautiful work. Bella Farida, please.
Last but not least, because Cody had to jump a little bit early, we have our other participant who did a fantastic job. David, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Well, I thought it was quite enjoyable, and really was encouraged by the conversation, witticism, and the thinking behind both the questions and the thoughts provided by all the participants and by you, and of course, Sean.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, David, for sure, and your time here today. Which brings us up to, in final, the man of the hour, James Ammo Amorosi.
Before you go to the final, I do have some words from Leia if you would like them.
Oh, yes. Let's hear what that is. Ammo, would that be okay, sir, if we share a couple of items of feedback from Leia, our actualized intelligence agent, on today?
I'm excited to hear it.
All right, let's go.
So this is Leia, our actualized intelligence, who is rooted in the unblinded formula, who has her feedback for our participants. So we will go with David first. You entered with a lush cinematic vision, rainforest symphony, whales, and DNA-coded.
Hey, Steph, on my end, I don't know if it was there, but you cut in and out a little bit. Can we restart?
Yes. Am I cutting it out for everybody?
Okay. Sounding good on my end.
Oh,
all right. All right. David, you entered with lush, cinematic, that word, vision, rainforest symphony, whales, and DNA-coded diets. Your unique, heroic identity sang out clearly. A biohacker, philosopher, CEO, building Eden for healing. The layering of biodiversity, tech, and mission anchored you as a man on a sacred and scalable path. Now for growth, the impact got diluted in the waves of details, like a jungle path overgrown. A few ideas tangled your core yes. Let's trim to the essence, one clear emotional driver, one superpower, one focused ask. Could your medicine to magic fusion land faster if we simplified the pitch to match your precision medicine? Score 103 out of 130.
Excellent.
And then we have Larry. Larry, you strutted in like Shark Tank finale. Sharp, clear, and tongue in cheek. The FDA double clearance, 55 million in revenue, and 91% efficiency were power moves. Your framing of partner's pain was hysterically strategic, smothered with a pillow, and your rapport with Bella was alive and kicking. That said, this pitch was packed with a lot of features without pausing for breath. Like snoring in mid-sentence, the heart got a bit lost in the data rattle. Could we slow down, breathe, and frame the emotional why now more a little directly? Like let's tuck in the tongue trap, roll out the infomercial tape, and dream snatch our way to the next pitch. Let's welcome. Score is 111 out of 130.
Excellent job. Larry, David, once again, and Leah, thank you for that feedback. Presented by Bella Vrita, and of course, James Amorosi, your final on all of it.
Very, very interesting. Every time, I'm on the show every week, but every time we do this, I really learn. It's amazing how many top shelf, high level intellects come on the show. And, listening to everybody, especially pitching, is such a privilege for me because, I'm a fund manager, so I'm always out pitching. I'm looking for raising money, and people are pitching to me all day long to sell their companies, right, or invest in them. So I like to have this platform and watch and learn. Bella, you are definitely the quintessential disruptor. Okay. Sean, I've come up with a new term for you. You are the ultimate ecosystem merger master. Okay. True story. I mean, Sean does this every time we do a show, like him and Bella go through, and I'm amazed by how Sean can formulate and strategically employ what he's thinking on the spot like that. So the word for you, my final word for you is architect and master architect. But we do have a new phrase for you. Okay. And everybody did an awesome job. Pete, thought you did a great job. Larry, very, very on point. David, awesome. Dr. John, appreciate you jumping on. Love you much. And Andrea, I don't know how you do it, but you put masterpieces together every time I'm on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Emma. Andrea, wonderful work as well. And Bella Vrita, please, your final on today.
My final on today, all kidding aside, absolutely phenomenal job, Larry and David. It was an honor and a privilege to role play with you. Everybody, thank you for being here. And this is just the beginning of our relationship. We have some gifts for you in the chat. We have some ways to continue the relationship, how we can grow together. So definitely, Sean will talk about that. Definitely take us up on that. But it was just an honor and a privilege to spend this hour with you. A great group of individuals. And Sean, back to you.
Yep. So thank you, Bella. If there's some resonance, we have a couple of gifts for you. First, our book on group influence. What is group influence? It's the combination of public speaking ability, leadership, and management overall, separate and distinct dynamics, but part of one whole, the causing of group yes, as we say, the only attainable human superpower. So that's yours. And second, if you're like, what's this actualized intelligence thing? People playing with ChatGPT or something? It's a whole lot different than that and a whole lot more, which came out of the Cayman Islands with 50 remarkable humans we brought down there at the top of our partnership programs. And they were mind blown by what we did for 4 days in the development of it. So you want to see what AI had to say about your performance today, the conversations where you can go from here, then definitely have a follow-up conversation with one of our teammates, because for all of us, we do want more, right? That's why we're here. There's like somewhere we are, somewhere we ultimately want to be, and actualized intelligence, not just artificial intelligence, but actualized intelligence of Unblinded is definitely a core tool to cause that acceleration. So with that said, I end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain that the possibilities for acceleration for all of our missions sit right in front of our eyes. But so often, Bellavita, with acceleration sitting right here, the dang challenge is we need some unblinding because we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Have a
Take
great
care.
Thank you.
Thank
Great to meet
you.
everybody.
Take care, guys.